When you type a URL into your browser's address bar and hit enter, a lot of things happen behind the scenes. Today, we'll break down this process in a clear, easy-to-understand way. First, the browser needs to find the server's IP address that matches the domain name in the URL you entered. It starts by checking its own DNS cache, or the operating system's DNS cache. If the address isn't found there, the browser requests the configured DNS server to resolve the domain name. The DNS server goes through a series of lookups involving root, TLD, and authoritative name servers, and eventually translates the domain name into an IP address, like 93.184.216.34. Once the IP address is known, the browser uses the TCP protocol to establish a connection with the server. This involves what's called the TCP three-way handshake, ensuring both the browser and the server can communicate reliably. If you're using HTTPS, the next step is the TLS handshake. During this process, the server sends its public key to the browser. The browser and server then collaborate to securely generate a session key, often using techniques like Diffie-Hellman key exchange. The session key is used for symmetric encryption, which both parties will use to encrypt and decrypt the data exchanged, ensuring secure communication. After the connection is established, the browser sends an HTTP GET request to request the web page. This request includes headers that inform the server about what types of data the browser can accept, along with other information such as cookies and browser details. The server processes the request and, if successful, responds with an HTTP 200 status code, indicating that the request was successful. Along with the response, the server sends back the requested resource, often in the form of HTML, depending on the type of content requested. Once the browser receives the HTML, it begins to load additional resources like CSS, JavaScript, and images by sending separate requests as instructed in the HTML file. Next, the browser parses the HTML to build a document object model, DOM tree, and parses the CSS into a CSS object model, CSSOM tree. These two trees are combined to create the render tree. With the help of JavaScript, which can manipulate the DOM and CSSOM for interactive elements, the browser renders the complete web page and displays it for you. As you can see, there are many complex steps involved from typing a URL to seeing the web page. Fortunately, the browser handles all the heavy lifting, so all you need to do is wait a few moments, and the content you want will appear on your screen.